Ole.
Good morning.
Good morning from sunny Malaga.
I'm just about to finish this amazing Nutella croissant. This is so delicious with my fresh oranges. Best start for the morning.
Welcome to Andalusia. We will be spending a week exploring this beautiful region in southern Spain, and we start our journey in the city of Malaga, the gateway to Costa del Sol. We have 2 full days to explore what this beautiful city has to offer, and today we will take a look at the Plaza de la Constitución, the Lario Street, Malaga Cathedral, the Roman Theatre, and of course, the majestic Alcazaba. After breakfast, we went straight to the city center to join a guided city tour. It was early morning and the city was just waking up. The history of this ancient city spans over 2,800 years, making it one of the oldest cities in Europe and one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world. The city of Malaga was founded about 770 BC by the Phoenicians as Malacca. Many great civilizations ruled over this strategic city, from ancient Carthage to Romans, then 800-year period of Islamic rule, but in 1487 the Crown of Castile gained control in the midst of the Granada War. Featuring a Renaissance-style 16th century Genoa fountain, the Constitution Square or Plaza de la Constitución has been a major town square since the time of Reconquista, when it was also known as Plaza de las Cuatro Calles or 4 Street Square. In 2002, the plaza was transformed into a pedestrian square, along with Malaga's Lario Street.
We are on one of the most important streets in Malaga, Lario Street. All the important events are taking place here. The processions, the festivals, the Christmases and New Year's celebration, all happens here.
On the 1st of May 1880, a corporation was formed by the local government of Malaga to fund the construction of the street. In 1887, the responsibility for the project was taken on by the Larios family, and the street was named after Manuel Domingo Larios y Larios. He is also depicted in a statue by Mariano Benlliure on the south end of the street. Over 1,200 laborers worked on the project. Many of the street's buildings were designed by the Spanish architect Eduardo Strahan Viana Cárdenas, who was greatly influenced by the architecture of the city of Chicago. Like many central city streets around the world, it's mainly a shopping destination for high-end brands.
I just did some shopping. I got myself some nice shoes.
Located on the central Plaza del Obispo, the Cathedral of Malaga is one of the most recognizable landmarks of the city. Completed mainly in the Renaissance style, the facade, unlike the rest of the building, is in Baroque style and is divided into 2 levels. This Roman Catholic church was constructed between 1528 and 1782, following the plans drawn by Diego de Silor. The cathedral is also known by the nickname of La Manquita, or One-Armed Lady, due to the south tower not being complete. The north tower is 84 meters high, making this building the second highest cathedral in Andalusia, after the Giralda of Sevilla. inside the cathedral you will find unique pieces of religious art by Juan Niño de Guevara, Claudio Coelho, Alonso de Mena, Francisco Palma Burgos, and Enrique Simonet. You can also see paintings by Cesar Arbacia, Ventura Rodriguez, and Juan de Villanueva, among others. It's a very impressive building, and we would highly recommend visiting it. There are many stories why the cathedral is unfinished, but the consensus is that at the end of the century, the funds to finish the cathedral ran out, as they were assigned by King Carlos III to be sent as aid to the Americans who had risen against England to achieve their independence. The rest of the budget was used to prop up the economy of Malaga by rehabilitating the roads and connecting other towns to the city.
Hola, hello, do you want to taste? It's whiskey truffle, but you're not gonna be drunk, so don't worry. You want to taste?
Why not?
Sure, why not?
Thank
Very
you.
nice soup.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's nice. Thank you.
We continued to explore the streets of the old town in search for a nice place to have a brunch.
These tiny little streets filled with really cute shops, restaurants, cafes. Very nice. We are at El Pimpi, and this is supposed to be one of the most famous places in Malaga for tapas, so we're gonna try it out. I'm not gonna have tapas, you neither. So we're at El Pimpi, but we're not having tapas, we're gonna have something else. What are you having?
It's mussels, Spanish-style mussels.
Spanish-style mussels, and I have a burger.
If you're wondering what the locals prefer to eat and drink, here are some tips from a tour guide on what you should try in Malaga.
Malaga is not a place for paella. If you want paella, you need to travel to Valencia, Alicante. This is the original place for the paella. In Malaga, mainly we eat fish. Fried fish, grilled fish, also seafood. Another important tip. Spanish people, we don't drink sangria. Sangria is for tourists. We drink tinto de verano. Verano means summer, and tinto de verano is red wine with lemonade. Better and cheaper than sangria, okay? Also in Malaga, we drink something very special called vino dulce. Vino dulce means sweet wine. You will find many of them around the city center. But if you decide to drink sweet wine, slowly. Very easy to drink, very difficult to handle with.
We then had a look at the Plaza de la Merced. The plaza has been part of the city since the Roman era and has been operating as a town marketplace at least since the 15th century. It's featuring a 19th century Monumento a Torrijos, or Monument to Torrijos, designed by Spanish architect Rafael Mitiana in honor of General José María Torrijos and 48 of his companions who were shot on order of Ferdinand VII.
I'm sitting next to a life-size statue of Pablo Picasso made out of bronze, and the statue is located just a few steps away from his birthplace here in Malaga.
We returned to the old town and stumbled upon a beautiful neo-Gothic church on the Plaza de San Ignacio de Loyola.
We're at the Church of the Sacred Heart, and look at this beauty. This church reminds me a little bit of the church that we've seen in Gran Canaria, and I think it was the city of Arucas. And I'll link the video up here. Check it out.
Containing the tomb of the Blessed Tiburcio Arnaiz, it has basilica plan, divided into 3 naves and covered with a ribbed vault. You can see the pictorial work of Apollo Parkinson Molinari, the painter of the Gothic-style glass windows that surround the church. Commissioned by the Jesuits, this neo-Gothic church was built in 1920, according to the project drawn up in January 1907 by the architect Fernando Guerrero Strahan. After checking out the church, we went to see the most recently discovered ancient monument of Malaga, passing by the Museum of Picasso. The queue discouraged us, so we decided to skip it this time. Built at the base of Gibralfaro Hill in the 1st century BC under the Emperor Augustus, the Roman theatre was used until the 3rd century AD. During the Moorish rule, it was used as a quarry to excavate the stone for the construction of Alcazaba. At the time of the construction of Castillo de Gibralfaro, it was buried under the dirt and rubble and remained hidden for almost 5 centuries until it was rediscovered in 1951. The next stop was the magnificent Alcazaba fortress. The Alcazaba is a palatial fortification built during the period of Muslim-ruled Al-Andalus. The current complex was modified or rebuilt multiple times from 11th up to the 14th century and is one of the best preserved Alcazabas in Spain. The Gibralfaro hill on which the Alcazaba is built was previously occupied by the Phoenicians since around 600 BC, and remains of a Phoenician fortification wall have been uncovered there. During the Roman period, the area was occupied by a Roman villa and industrial facilities. After the Muslim conquest of the Iberian Peninsula in the early 8th century, historical sources mention the existence of a fortress on the hill, constructed by Abd al-Rahman I and including a mosque inside. The construction of current Alcazaba started by the Hammadid dynasty in the 11th century, probably under the reign of Yahya I. Following the capture of Malaga by the Zirids of Granada in 1056, some additions were made during the reign of Badis. In the early 14th century, when Malaga was under the control of the Emirate of Granada, the Alcazaba was largely rebuilt by the Nasrid Emir Muhammad II, including the fortifications and palatial residences. The castle of Gibralfaro on the higher hill to the east was built by the Nasrid Emir Yusuf I, also on the site of previous fortification. Yusuf also built a walled corridor connecting the castle with the lower citadel, creating a nearly impenetrable fortified complex. In a crucial event near the end of Reconquista, the Spanish monarchs Ferdinand and Isabella captured the city during the siege of Malaga, which began on the 6th of May 1487 and ended with the surrender of the city on 18th of August that same year. In the 18th century, the Alcazaba's military function ceased, and in 1933, under the direction of Leopoldo Torres Balbas, restoration of Alcazaba began, along with archaeological investigations. The sun was setting and it was time to head back down. The colors of the sunset fill the city, and once the sun goes down, that's when the city really wakes up. We went to check out the marina at night, and it's a lovely place, with many restaurants and bars and a night market. We then went back to the old town, and it was buzzing with tourists and locals enjoying a drink and, of course, tapas. We found a relatively quiet place with shisha and mojitos and discussed our plans for tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll continue exploring this beautiful city. We will have a look at more beautiful churches, the busy central market with delicious local produce. We will then check out Malaga Park and the marina. We then go explore the street art of Soho and taste the wine of Andalusia in the Wine Museum. Try tapas at the famous Casa Lola and finish the day with a sunset cruise.